Hello and welcome back to the Recreational Runner channel. And today's video is all about my Beginners Running Series, episode 4. We are going to be talking about time. So time's quite pertinent actually for a number of reasons, but the main one is I haven't posted anything for over a week. I've had a really bad week. One thing you will notice if you followed my channel reasonably regularly is I'm pretty honest and I'm pretty brutal. There's no frills, there's no bells, there's no whistles. I'm not a superior athlete, I'm not an elite athlete, I'm not an amazing athlete by any stretch of the imagination. The whole point of my channel is to share my story with you as a normal person. I've got a job. We're in lockdown at the minute. Obviously, I've got children. There's a lot going on, and it's warts and all account of what's going on. I never really gloss anything over, pretend I'm doing anything better than anybody else. Quite often, you'll see that I start a running series of training, and then something happens. I'm quite honest. I either give up through mental reasons, or physically, I get injured or something like that. And the injury stuff is what really inspired me to make these videos for people, is to try and avoid the things I've repeated over and over again. And I'm learning at the same time myself, and I want to take you on that journey with me, so you learn by my mistakes and we learn together. Anyway, time. I'm waffling. I haven't managed to record anything because my backache came back, and I think primarily that's a consequence to working from home at the minute during lockdown and being in an inappropriate office setup. I haven't got a proper chair, and I'm actually on my way now to our office because we are supposed to be moving office location in June now, and this is the only time I've got really to record. This last week has been crazy. Children have kept us busy. We've had lots of work pressure. We're halfway through a quarter, both my partner and I, Sylvia. So everything's mounted up and it's just been super busy. I've hardly run. The backache, as I say, came back. I've just not had time. I've not had the impetus to do it. I've not been feeling great, but now I'm back. Now I'm back on it. And this period now of driving to the office is going to be about half an hour by the looks of it, with reduced traffic. It's perfect for me to record this whole bit about time. Time. In the context to running, what am I talking about? You're a beginner, or you're somebody that, like me, returning after a long spell of absence and your fitness has gone back down. You should not be focusing at all, in my humble opinion, on pace, on your speed. How fast you are running should not be important at all. The whole premise of this series, the whole premise of my last series, is about low intensity running, using your heart rate if you've got a heart rate monitor, or your perceived effort if you haven't got a heart rate monitor. It's keeping the pace low to ease yourself back into it, ease your body back into it, and reduce the risk of injury. That's what it's all about. So you should not be going out there thinking about how fast am I going. Running is a strange one. It's an individual sport, but it's also a very competitive sport, because invariably you'll get onto groups, or you'll get onto social media apps that track your runs, etc. And immediately the human nature starts comparing what you've done to other people who you think in your head you should be as good as at running as them. And it makes you competitive. Now that can be good because it can spur you on and progress you, but not when you're coming back from an injury, and not when you're new to it. Ignore all of that stuff, please. Ignore it. Ignore pace. Secondly, same thing really, is distance. Ignore how far you are running. Do not worry about it. Do not stress about it. Do not think, my next door neighbour ran 10 miles. I can't even run 5. Oh my God. You're creating unnecessary anxiety. You need to ease back into it, and you need to just focus on time. Time on your feet. Consistency is king in running. If you have any breaks, like I've just had a week off again, you reduce all of your consistency, you lose fitness reasonably quickly, and then you've got to build it all back up again. If you can get out for a good amount of time, regularly, each and every week, and reduce that risk of injury, then you're going to maintain that consistency. You're going to maintain your fitness, and you're going to see massive increases in your running fitness and your running performance just by being consistent. Is king. Do not worry about speed. Do not worry about distance. Right now, you should just be focusing on time. And the time for you is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 3 times a week, with a break between each run. Try not to run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because you're going to get fatigue, you're going to increase that risk of injury again. Also, mentally, you're going to start to find it a pain in the butt, and you're going to not want to go out and do it. If you have a break in between, you give your body a chance to recover. You will get aches and pains. You're new to running, or you're coming back from injury, so you're going to get what they call delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, but make sure you do the stretching up there in the card, basic stretches for after a run. If you do that after a run, you will reduce that a little bit. You will still get them though, especially if you're new to running. You are definitely going to get soreness. There's just no way around that, so be aware of it. But yeah, leave yourself at least a day in between, if not 2, but you want to go out 3 times a week, 30 minutes. Now, we're starting low intensity, aren't we? We're not focusing on speed, we're not focusing on distance, we're just looking at the watch and going, I'm going out for half an hour. So plan your route. I'll do more about routes in another video. If you finish before you're back home, then you can use a walk, just a gentle walk, which is ideal to recover after your run. There's no problem with that. Now, if you're completely new to running, as I've said numerous times, you may not be able to run consistently for 30 minutes, and that's absolutely fine. You're doing the perceived effort, right? So you're just keeping that low heart rate, good quality control of your breathing, making sure you can breathe nice and naturally, ideally in through the nose and out through the mouth. I preach that, but I can't do it. This great big nose is always bunged up, especially during hay fever season. So I'm a bit of a mouth breather, to be honest. But whatever works for you, it's an individual thing. Get your breathing nice and relaxed, and just take it easy. Perceived effort. Could you talk to somebody whilst you're jogging or fast-paced walking? It might be a brisk walk for you right now, but do it for 30 minutes. And every time you feel like you're getting too out of breath and your chest feels a bit tight, then just slow it back down again. If you feel like you're going too slow, it's too easy, then pick up the pace. And it will take you a while, it will take you a couple of weeks, to be honest, 5 or 6 runs, walks, whatever they are, to get used to how your body feels and how your breathing feels and what is the correct pace that is low intensity for you. But practice makes perfect, and consistency is king. Remember those 2 things. So 30 minutes, 3 times a week, nice recovery break in between, stretch after every session. Go do it. Let's get it done. Do that for 4 weeks and then report back to me. Happy running.